Here you see the action that took place five years ago, 2012, and it also got me into activism, and that got me into generation identity. Because the thing is, when you do talks, you attract people who are talking. When you make YouTube videos, you attract viewers. But only with activism and with actions you attract activists. And this was the action that brought me into politics, into generation identity. So, and here you see the movie clip of the declaration of war of generation identity.
Nous sommes la génération identitaire.
Nous sommes la génération de ceux qui meurent pour un regard de travers, une cigarette refusée ou un style qui dérange.
Nous sommes la génération de la fracture ethnique, de la faillite totale du vivre ensemble, du métissage imposé.
Nous sommes la génération de la double peine, condamnée à renflouer un système social trop généreux avec les autres pour continuer à l'être avec les nôtres.
Nous sommes la génération victime de celle de mai 68, de celle qui prétendait vouloir nous émanciper du poids des traditions, du savoir, de l'autorité à l'école, mais qui s'est d'abord émancipée de ses propres responsabilités.
Nous avons fermé vos livres d'histoire pour retrouver notre mémoire.
Nous avons cessé de croire que Kader pouvait être notre frère, la planète notre village et l'humanité notre famille.
Nous avons découvert que nous avions des racines, des ancêtres et donc un avenir.
Notre seul héritage, c'est notre terre, notre sang, notre identité. Nous sommes les héritiers de notre destin.
Nous avons éteint la télévision pour descendre à nouveau dans la rue.
Nous avons peint nos slogans sur les murs, scandé la jeunesse au pouvoir dans nos mégaphones, brandi bien haut nos drapeaux frappés du lambda.
Ce lambda, qui ornait le bouclier des glorieux Spartiates, est notre symbole.
Vous ne comprenez pas ce qu'il représente? Il signifie que nous ne reculerons pas, que nous ne renoncerons pas.
Nous sommes lassés de toutes vos lâchetés. Nous ne refuserons aucune bataille, aucun défi.
Vous êtes les 30 glorieuses, les retraites par répartition, SOS racisme, la diversité, le regroupement familial, la liberté sexuelle et les sacs de riz de Bernard Kouchner.
Nous sommes 25% de chômage, la dette sociale, l'explosion de la société multiculturelle, le racisme anti-blanc, les familles éclatées et un jeune soldat français qui meurt en Afghanistan.
Vous ne nous aurez pas avec un regard condescendant, des emplois jeunes, une tape sur l'épaule. Pour nous, la vie est un combat.
Nous n'avons pas besoin de votre politique de la jeunesse. La jeunesse est notre politique.
Ne vous méprenez pas, ceci n'est pas un simple manifeste, c'est une déclaration de guerre.
Nous sommes demain, vous êtes hier.
Nous sommes la génération identitaire.
Here you see some of the some symbolic occupations. Here we are on the rooftop of the Austrian central party headquarters of the Austrian Greens. We put a banner on the headquarter with the slogan "Islamization kills." I don't know if you can see it, but here we are letting red color pouring over her roof, showing them and basically bringing them the blood of Bataclan and the blood of Westminster Bridge on the top of the party central. You see the French activists occupying a house that should become a home for I think gypsies or refugees. And here again the French activists occupying the balcony of a headquarter of the European Union in Paris. Here you see the biggest action in Germany. Activists seized the Brandenburg Gate, one of the national symbols of Germany, that have been projected on with the gay pride flag, and has been abused by the politicians, by the power holder for the ideology, retaking it, using it for its initial purpose, patriotism, securing our borders. The slogan means secure borders, secure future. And here we have an action in Vienna. I am these cheesy and corny effects. I haven't done them. They were created when I was converting a thing into a PowerPoint file. You see me throwing leaflets down from the rooftop of the Austrian Burg Theater. And so that you also see images in motion, I'll show you now a short video where you can see how we got up there. Here you see one of the most recent symbolic occupation. This is the Turkish embassy in Vienna, and after there have been a lot of demonstrations by Turks in Vienna showing how the integration has completely failed in Vienna. We went on the rooftop of the embassy with a huge banner. The slogan means Erdogan, hol deine Türken heim. Translation, Erdogan, get your Turkish people back. The whole Austrian population was cheering about it. Erdogan was very angry. That's the reason why at the moment I rather not go into Turkey for holidays. Another way how we do activism is by like theater, street theater or theatrical actions. Here we were doing an aesthetic intervention at the left display about refugees welcome. On the banner you see the slogan hypocrites, Heuchler, and again we symbolically brought them the blood of Bataclan on their stages because we see them as responsible for all the terror, for all the people who died because of Islamic terrorism. Here you see the statue of the Empress Maria Theresia, one of the most important and famous figures of Austrian history that has been wheeled during the night with a burqa. It was an action of the Austrian movement demanding a banning of the burqa in Austria, and guess what? A few months later the burqa actually was banned in Austria, and it is banned at the moment. This is of course just a cosmetic correction to ban a burqa, but we see it as a first step into the direction of de-Islamization, making it as uncomfortable as possible for fundamentalistic radical Muslims to live here, to encourage them to choose another country as the center of their lives where they can live their religion in a better way.
Yeah,
so.
come to Britain.
Yeah, no, we're also going to change this in Britain. At least that's our idea. You see activists are staging an ICE execution in the streets of Vienna. The video actually was a viral hit on YouTube. And this is kind of the activism that really that shocks people into awareness. Yeah. On the Marie-Hilfer-Straße, it's one of the biggest shopping streets in Vienna. We first shouted the refugees welcome slogans. Some leftists even gathered and started to join them in shouting it in a spontaneous demonstration for refugees welcome. Then suddenly we kicked in ISIS music, bombs, machine guns, and then the ISIS people came and executed them. It was a very funny thing. And actually it was a legal action. We signed it up as a protest and as an artistic protest for human rights and for basic human rights and women rights. So you see also the more funny side of activism. The German pants mean burqa for everyone. There was a leftist demonstration in support of wearing the burqa, against the burqa ban, and we infiltrated it with our Islamic burqa team, and by this action of over-affirmation, you can make a fool out of the enemy. That's an action we always do very often. An activist dressed up at the Mayor of Vienna, for example, goes around in the city asking people to sign a petition to build more mosques and to bring more Muslims in and to create, to legalize child marriage, and all the people who don't sign get called Nazi by him. So it's a very funny action. It's impossible for people to react in a proper way. Please also see the little plastic palm, the palm tree. That's a detail I'm very proud of. So it's just a short overview about the activism of Generation Identity. Apart from that, we are organizing demonstrations everywhere in Europe, and we come together every year for the French summer camp. Maybe this movie will work. Once a year, about 120 to 200 young people, patriots from all across Europe, the leader of a movement meet in a summer camp in France to exchange experiences, or to become what we want to be, professionals in the Reconquista, professional info warriors against the dogmas of multiculturalism. Is the biggest, fastest growing patriot movement in Europe. We are present in Austria, France, Germany, Italy, but also Poland, the Czech Republic, Slovenia, now Hungary, and hopefully soon also in the United Kingdom. That's my answer. We are very professional in using social media, in communicating with the press. Not so professional sometimes in using diode projectors, and we have mastered the art of guerrilla activism and of non-violent action, and basically becoming a patriotic NGO. Some people call us Yellow Peas as a kind of Greenpeace. Of course. I'm also yeah, and. As I said, our activism leaves the left baffled and desperate, because they cannot silence and ignore us when we are on the rooftop of the headquarters. And since we are not aggressive or violent, they also cannot demonize us. And we cannot force them to tell the truth, but we can force them to lie about us in a more and more absurd way. And that's what we're doing. Because the fear that we're talking about before, and the fear that everybody of you is feeling is rightfully, because you know that you can lose your job, you know you can lose your social existence. This demonization of the left wants to isolate us. They want to set an example to all the others. Don't do this, just pay your taxes, consume, live your life as before. And we want to make, with patriotic solidarity, this repression backfire. So one activist, when he gets house search or he gets a penalty, he makes it public, he makes it transparent, and he gets support by the masses. So this negative effect, this isolating effect of repression is backfiring, since we are making it public all the time and we're not afraid to speak about it. Especially we saw this at the Defend Europe mission, the latest and biggest mission of Generation Identity. The media thought they would do harm us in slandering it, writing one hit piece after another, but with every hit piece it got more popular, we got more donations and more support from the population. So the only thing that really would harm us if they would not write about us. But with our activism and our actions, we ensure that they have to. And no matter what they do, whether if they set my parents' car on fire like they did 1 year ago, or they nearly kill an activist, you see him here, who got hit by a stone during a demonstration, the rise and the success of Generation Identity is unstoppable. Because they want to silence us, and they build on our fear. And when we overcome this fear, then they have nothing against us. We have a lot of enemies. We have the leftists, we have radical Islam, we have the globalists. But the biggest enemy we have is always ourselves, and it's our fear. And so I want to end with a quote from Nietzsche. He said, "The worst enemy you can meet will always be yourself. You lie in wait for yourself in caverns and forests. Lonely one, you're going to wait to yourself." And that's the message I want to give to everybody in this room today. Especially when you remember and think back on this particular moment I was talking about before. That's my quest for you. When you ever again in this moment, please stand up. Speak up and understand that your fear of the social costs and consequences is nothing against the consequences that will come to us when we do nothing. We should be afraid of the Great Replacement. You should be afraid of our future children asking us in the year 2050 why we didn't do anything, why we didn't activate this potential of the silent majority. Because it is there, it's waiting like an avalanche to crush political correctness. It's melting away day by day in the sun of demographics. But if you actually stand up and make your resistance visible, you will see support from everywhere, and you will see how many you are. And you can start with your activism tonight, because one of our activists, Stefan, will now hand out a few stickers. Everybody of you will get one, and we will start covering London tonight with Lambda stickers and Dance stickers. And the first action... as a first action and a first step to retake the UK. And I'm very glad to end with this symbol and this message of hope. Nothing is lost yet if we don't give up. We still have the silent majority. It's only up to you. The only enemy we need to overcome is our fear. Thank you very much.